All right, welcome back to the channel, everyone. It is now October 17th. So that means we are just 10 days out from the Ironman. Peak week is over. We're just deloading now. I wanted to kind of run through sort of what my peak week looked like and kind of recap the entire Ironman journey. It's been an interesting one. Going from not knowing how to swim, not having any road cycling experience, and then being a pretty novice runner as well. It's definitely been an interesting journey, but I truly have enjoyed it. Okay, so I quickly just kind of wanted to go over and recap what peak week actually looked like. So it started on the 7th. So on the 7th, I did a 20-mile bike ride and then followed that up with a 2,000-yard swim. Then on the 8th, I did a 8-mile run, followed that up with a 1,700-yard sighting practice swim. Then October 9th was a rest day, and then the 10th I did an hour-long interval session on the bike, and then followed that up with 400 repeats at the track. Then the following day I did a 6-mile recovery run. October 12th, that was my first open water swim. My watch died about halfway through the swim, so I don't actually know how far I went. If I had to guess, it was somewhere around 2,500 to 3,000 yards. And then October 13th was Sunday, which was supposed to be like the huge Sunday brick to finish it all off. And I went 4.5 miles and ended up getting a flat on my bike. So that was obviously not possible the remainder of that day. So the brick was then going to be moved to Monday. Now, the only issue with this is now we're during the work week. So I had quite a bit of work, and so I was trying to kind of fit it in as I could. I ended up having to pivot. So what I did was on Monday, after I finished up what I needed to do on the work side, I went on a bike ride pretty much until I couldn't see anymore, until it was too dark to ride. So that ended up being 73.5 miles. So the next day I went out and did a 16-mile run. You know, that's just kind of something that I've had to adapt and learn, is that trying to handle this much volume and how much time it takes to actually train and be ready for this thing, trying to mix that with work and trying to run a business is a lot. But sometimes you just have to pivot, and it's not always going to work out exactly the way you want it to, but it's okay. Make small changes. You still get the work done. It is what it is. The idea for this peak week was volume, right? It was volume, but it was focused volume. So I wanted to get my legs heavy. I wanted to have work to do while my legs were very fatigued, and kind of push through that work. That was sort of the idea, but at the same time, I wanted to go into it with the focus of, okay, these are small things that I need to remember in terms of staying relaxed in the water, or focusing on using my glutes when I'm running, not overworking my quads on the bike. So it was kind of like putting myself under stress, but also trying to stay focused on the small things that are going to help me get through this race. So that was sort of the idea of peak week, to just demolish the legs, but kind of a focused demolition. And it ended up being great. I'm ready to just be out there and racing again. It's going to be fun, but that was peak week. I'm actually going to hit the gym tonight. I'll take you guys along with me. I'll see you guys there. All right, I'm about halfway done with my workout, but I wanted to kind of talk about a topic that I've seen quite a bit lately. And this is sort of just the idea of like, can't. Like, you hear someone say, I can't do X because of Y. You know, and this idea of self-doubt. And I like to talk about this because, a long time ago, I was one of those sort of I just didn't have a great mindset. And it took creating a mindset to really change the rest of my life. I didn't succeed in soccer until I adopted this mindset. I didn't succeed in business. I didn't succeed in design. I didn't succeed in really anything until I adopted a mindset of just, I can. Like, there's nothing that's impossible. And the crazy thing is it only takes one time. I still, to this day, remember the exact moment where my mindset completely shifted. It was one day, randomly, I decided, hey, let's run a half marathon. I was inspired by something, and I said, you know what? I see myself as somewhat fit, right? I'm a soccer player, whatever. Let's go run a half marathon. So I set out, no nutrition, no gels, no nothing. I just kind of raw dogged it. So just set out for the half marathon on a random day by myself. And I think it was mile 6 or 7 where I felt like I was dying. I was giving myself every excuse. I was going through every excuse in the book to tell myself I need to stop. Like, I'm going to get sick. I'm not prepared for this. I'm going to injure myself. My body hurts, whatever the case may be. I was telling myself every single excuse in the book. And that was at mile 6 or 7. And I just decided, no, I'm not going to listen to this little voice in the back of my head that's telling me to stop. Like, I am okay. I just kept doing, let me get to this point. Once I get to this point, if I still feel like this, I can slow down. But then once I got to that point, I said, you know what? Let me now just get to this point, and just kept stacking these small wins. Next thing I knew, I was done with the half marathon. And the second I finished, I remember just stopping and thinking, it was like something changed. I was telling myself, and I genuinely thought, like, I have to stop at mile 7. I was like, I have to stop. My body is not ready for this. I haven't fueled. I'm about to get sick. Like, I have to stop. My mind was telling me, you have to stop at 7. And I just ignored it and kept going and finished the half. And from that moment forward, I've always thought, like, there really isn't anything that you cannot do. The only doubts you have, like, it's not real. As humans, we're built for comfort, right? We're built to find comfort in situations. It's not necessarily real. It's just trying to keep you in a comfort zone. And so sometimes you just have to say, no, I want to achieve. I want to be great. I want to get to the next level. And that's what it takes. It takes quieting those doubts and quieting your mind and just saying, look, I'm going to do this thing. And I don't care what anyone else has to say. I'm going to achieve it. So no matter what journey you're on, I hope you take something from that story. I promise you, from that moment, my entire life changed. It only takes one time. From then on, you will never doubt yourself again, because you know in the back of your mind, anything can be said. I'm going to keep taking another step. I'm going to keep making strides to achieving whatever it is. I'm going to overcome whatever is thrown my way, and whatever doubts come up, whatever negativity comes up, I don't care. I'm going to cross that finish line. I hope this sparks something in you guys. I want you to go and try that thing, and it's going to start sucking. You're going to start making up excuses in your mind why you want to stop. You're going to want to quit, but just push a little further, and then just see the things that you can achieve if you quiet the doubts in your mind. You'll be shocked. Let's get back into this workout.